My name is Michael DiMuccio.
I'm Savannah. And I'm Sophia. And this mic's not working. Hello?
There we go.
Hello.
Sorry about the technical
Can I put
difficulties.
some more minutes on the clock?
So we're here today to share with you our experience with Nikken and how it has affected our lives. As the children of Mike DiMuccio, we've been surrounded by the Nikken lifestyle and living in the idea known as a Nikken wellness home for as long as we can remember. Well, I'm sure you all know what that is by now, but the Nikken wellness home is surrounded by the 5 pillars of health: healthy body, mind, family, society, and finances. Unfortunately, we don't have the clicker at the moment, so there we go. And growing up in this Nikken wellness home, we've been able to thrive in these pillars in our own ways. Throughout my life, I've always found that Nikken has had the largest impact on me in terms of healthy body, due to not only the various Nikken products I've been surrounded by, but the unbelievable effectiveness of them. Like the Nikken face and body washes I've used daily for years now to help with my dry skin. Or the Drade Greenzymes Immunity and Siaga mixture that I trust every time I get sick. The Nikken mattress especially has made a huge impact on me when I don't have the privilege of sleeping in on school days. Ever since I've had it on my bed, I've been able to sleep significantly better and approach the day with energy and focus. One product, however, that more recently found its importance in my life is the Kenzen Vital Balance Shake. Over the past summer, I made it my goal to work out consistently at the gym with the aid of this shake. Well, when I first started, I was 152 pounds at 12% body fat. When I finished, I was 156 pounds at 10% body fat. Yeah. That's roughly 3 pounds of fat lost and 7 pounds of muscle gained, and I managed to do it all in just 1 month. I've tried putting on muscle like this before, but never have I been so successful unless I was using, other than using the Kenzen Vital Balance Shake. I was able to get some real differences and change my life. But things like weightlifting can cause injuries or strains, which is why I believe Nikken's most important accomplishment is their line of magnetic products. Ever since I was a kid, the moment I felt any pain or injuries or anything, first thing I would say is, "Hey Mom, where are the magnets?" Because I know they can trust them to help me get better. Just this summer, actually, I ended up straining my shoulder, and the doctor recommended up to 6 weeks of rest to help it get better. But put a couple of magnets on it overnight, and within just 1 week, I felt almost no pain. In fact, whenever I feel pain or uncomfort, I can always trust that my dad will be there with a mag boy in one hand and the magnetic roller in the other to help save the day. Another funny story was when I was about 8 years old and my mom asked me to help her shovel the walkway. Well, being the clumsy 8-year-old I was, I dropped the shovel. As I went to go pick it up, of course I stepped on the end and hit myself right in the face. I then had the pleasant surprise of waking up the next morning to find a quarter-sized lump on my cheek. But, put a couple of magnets on it, and within a few days, completely gone. Even products like the magnetic necklace, I couldn't imagine not wearing. I'm even wearing it right now. I can't explain the science behind it, but when I wear it, I just feel like I'm more an energetic and positive person, and it helps to block out those harmful EMFs that we were talking about earlier. And I could go on for days about how Nikken's affected my life and given me the tools I need to achieve a healthy body. And that's why Nikken is such an important company to me. Now I'd like to introduce you to my sister, Savannah.
Hola!
Hello. I've been part of the Nikken family for as long as I can remember, literally because I was born into it. Nikken has allowed me to have a really health-conscious mindset. What I mean by this is, I knew my body's favorite color was green since I was a child, and to take my jungle juice every day and night, well, you guys would know it as the J green enzymes. And the Nikken programming, it allows you to run your business in the way you would like. And as a product of Nikken, I was conditioned to know that I can run my life in whatever way I would like to. Right now, in my second year of university, I'm studying psychology, and to me, my education is so important because it is, number one, I'm learning about the mind, which is really cool, and I'm learning about how to understand my own thoughts and others. And but the Nikken programming has allowed me has given me this desire to share my knowledge. Pretty sure every day I come home and I tell my sister a fact I learned in psychology, what I like to call a life hack, because I really find myself using the things I learn every single day. And to me, it's really important. I live with my sister downtown, and we are living an above average university life. Seriously, Dundas Square, having what I like to believe, the most beautiful view of Toronto that I've ever seen. And this is because of the financial aid that my dad has been able to provide us through building his company in Nikken. And for those of you who don't know, we also grew up in Barbados, so we really have a high quality expectation on life. But we also know that you choose that. You choose to have that type of life. And I don't feel like other aspects of my life have to be on hold. Because I'm educating right now, I'm in school, I don't feel like I can't experience or create. I feel like I can take every opportunity that comes to me. I mean, I see my dad traveling to different places every month. He's experiencing and he's working. He's doing it all. And creating. So for me, dance is creating. Number one, dance is very, very expensive. It's an investment, okay? The fact that my parents could provide that for me since I was 3 years old is incredible. And to me, that's also so important because it has helped me develop into who I am as a person. It has given me teamwork skills. It has given me extreme confidence that I don't know how else I would have really got it. But of course, with this mindset, I would have got there eventually. It's given me the confidence, but most importantly, it's given me a way to communicate. When I'm on stage, I have those very few minutes, those maybe 2 or 3 minutes, where I can tell my story through the moves that I make. I can talk to people, I can communicate with people, and they can understand the emotions that I'm feeling. We're on that same vibration for those few minutes. And to me, that's such a magical experience to be able to have. And your body is a gift. You didn't earn it, you were given it. And the more you use your gifts, the more you experience more of your gifts. Now, most of the people I meet my ages, of all ages, but especially my age, don't always think the way I do. I find a lot of times that I'm very different. One of the things I hear most when I speak to people is how mature and independent I am. And they aren't used to hearing someone so young speak with such high goals and expectations. I talk about the things I want to do in life, and not once does my mind ever think about the limitations to what I can do because of resources. Not once have I ever thought like that. I told a friend I wanted to go to Australia. They laughed, and they told me not to waste my money, and I wanted to do this soon. They told me not to waste my money. And then I laughed because a new experience is never a waste. Never.
That's right.
Experience is what makes you grow. It gives you wisdom and intelligence and a new perspective on life. And in turn, growth connects to the 5 pillars of health. It's as simple as that. And in psychology, I'm learning about how people fear the unknown. It's kind of in our nature to protect ourselves from things. And so yeah, a lot of people have grown to fear the unknown, but not me. I chase it. I know to take every opportunity and actively search for new ones. One of the greatest gifts Nikken has given me is the ability to learn, share my knowledge, and influence those around me. I had a conversation with somebody the other day, or just recently. Her biggest desire is to be an actress. And she wanted to go travel the world and, take lessons different places as she learns. And I had an interest in that as well. So I was like, hey, you know what? Me and you, let's go, let's do it together. And then immediately then she told me why she couldn't.
That's right.
Because of resources, because of money. And the point of this is that after I spoke with her, for those very few, the very little did I spoke with her, and her perspective changed to what she could accomplish, but very slightly, but just enough to plant that seed of growth. And then I went and I called my dad. And I said, hey, today I talked to a girl and she told me I changed her life. And I was feeling so incredible. And then he said to me, now you know why I do what I do. Nikken gives you a platform to help others. And every day I'm learning something new because I'm actively seeking it out. Nikken to me is living, it's learning, it's creating, it's educating, it is experiencing the best quality of life. And the way my parents chose to raise me influenced, it was based on their experience of Nikken, and that overall influenced the 5 pillars of health in my life. And all I can say is I'm truly grateful. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name's Sophia, and I'm so grateful to be up here today speaking to you all. And so we've been talking a lot about the 5 pillars of health, and to me, the pillar that's had the most influence on my life, and yours too, whether you know it or not, is the mind. And I'll tell you why. It's because the mind is basically the control center of your life. It's the means by which you experience and encounter everything in your life. It's like you're walking around every day with these big old goggles on your face that's filtering everything that you see and hear around you. That's your mind at work. So my first advice to you would be to take possession of your mind. Take control over every thought that you allow yourself to think. Because your thoughts influence your feelings, which in turn influence your actions, which will turn into habits, and that eventually makes you who you are. And every day, every second, a situation changes because of who you are and how you respond to it. Your power is in your response. So by changing your mind, you literally change your life. But see, the problem is that most people don't really think about what they're thinking about. They let their programming do the talking. And so that's why today I'm going to be talking to you about 3 things. First is how you're programmed. Second is how I was programmed to have what I like to call an abundance consciousness. And third is how this programming is going to help me in the future. So first things first, we're all programmed, no exceptions, from the moment that we're born. And a lot of my programming I have to owe to the man that's on the screen up there. And in fact, if you ask anyone that knows both of us, they'll tell you that I'm literally the younger female version of my father. And in the second picture there, I'm about 2 years old, and I'm posing in front of my dad's Pro MLM license plate. And as you can see, I was born for greatness. But that's not entirely true. I was not born for greatness. I was programmed for it. See, your programming is essentially a collection of all the ideas that you accept as true. All the assumptions that you make. And believe me, there's a lot of assumptions that we make in a day that we don't even realize. So you go about your life, and this subconscious tape is playing in your mind that directs about 95% of your actions. So it has a really big impact on how you see things. And I've broken down the Nikken programming as they relate to the remaining 4 pillars of health in a few statements. So first of all is the body. Your health is important. It's a priority. We were always taught that health is number 1. We were taking our vitamins at every meal. If you get sick, immunity 5 times an hour. Second of all, family. Your time is valuable. We were always taught that family time is super important. Lunches at my no-nos every single Sunday. And not just that family time is important, but that all the time in your life that you have on this earth is important. And my dad always says to me, I wake up when I'm done sleeping. And to me that just makes sense, time is the only thing you can never get back. So the ability to choose when and how you work is truly a blessing. Third, society. Your influence is powerful. I can't tell you how many times we're in the car and my dad will pull out an email or a Facebook message that he gets of someone just exploding with gratitude, saying that something that he said changed his life and made a difference to them. And so that, as young kids, showed us that our voice really matters. Lastly, finances. Your financial wealth is limitless. And I think the beauty of Nikken and the Nikken business model is that you can make as much as you're capable of making. And since what you're capable of making is limitless, your financial wealth is also limitless. So all these ideas have contributed to what I like to call an abundance consciousness. Abundance consciousness is basically expecting more and better at all times. It's expecting new opportunities and growth around every corner. So I would like to turn your attention to some of the photos of this on the screen. The first one is this beautiful, lush gardens and a lake, pool, those beautiful white houses. One of those houses was actually where we grew up in Barbados. And can you look at that? Like, how perfect is that? I sometimes can't even believe that we had the opportunity to live there. And our whole life we've just been exposed to rich experiences and amazing food. And my sister was talking about the beautiful view that we get to wake up to every morning. And you could see that in the last photo there, that's our skyline. And just the fact that, the point I'm trying to make here is that since we've been exposed to all these amazing things, this amazing lifestyle, it makes it that much easier for us to attract it. Because you literally cannot see the opportunities around you that you are not trained to be made aware of, that you are not programmed to be aware of. So since we're in this expectation mindset of always expecting the best of ourselves and of our lives, it makes it so much easier to attract that to ourselves. And that's something that I'm so incredibly grateful that I have. Nikken gave that to me. Nikken made it easy for me to expect the best of myself and of my life. And that's why my future looks like this. So the picture that you see of the ocean and the view there, that's my villa in Positano. And you can't really see it from here, but there's actually a yacht in the water. And I'm a best-selling author, and I'm changing lives all over the world, and I'm so incredibly happy and fulfilled. And it's easy to see myself in this role because my dad showed me that I could. He told me that I could choose where I wanted to live. I could choose what I wanted to do with my life, and I could even choose how much money I wanted to make. The Nikken lifestyle taught me to be absolutely limitless. So I'm going to share a secret with you, and then I'm going to wrap up, but it's a really important secret. The secret is that our greatest gift on this earth, the thing that separates us from every other species on the planet, is that we have the ability to reprogram ourselves at any time that we choose. We have the ability to say, no, I'm not doing that, I'm doing this, when every single bone in our body is telling us to do that. We have the ability to say, I'm going to be positive, and I'm going to look for the next greatest thing when everything in our life is going downhill. And that's a gift. So program yourself to see all the beautiful opportunities that are already all around you. Program yourself to dream big, to expect miracles and to be limitless. Decide that that's going to be your future too. And above all, be grateful. Thank you.